Everybody, what's up, Wavejump here, and I wanted to make a video on how to use a symbol called the section symbol in order to go ahead and do a lot of things that you wouldn't normally be able to do in Minecraft. For example, you could go ahead here and create these colored and fancily formatted world names. Now, if you were to try this normally, you can't really do it. Even if you try and paste in the section symbol, just nothing shows up. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to be showing you how to go ahead and edit NBT data, kind of related to the last video, to go ahead and create these colorful world names, and also go ahead and create colors in books. Colors in books may be something you have heard of, but you may not know how to do this. So I wanted to go ahead and show you all how to do it. And sorry that there's no command block tutorial this week, but I figured this would be a good thing to cover, especially because somebody was curious about how to use it, and that was... of course I lose it when I go to record it. It was iBradX360 again, who also I believe suggested the last video. Thank you as always for that suggestion. I am very glad to cover the how to use this symbol. And first off, well, what is the section symbol? Well, in order to use the section symbol, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Notepad so I could show you what it looks like, probably here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead here and switch over to my other little area. There we go. And here we have just Notepad here. I'm going to create some larger text that you all can see. Sorry I didn't have this part prepared beforehand. I did a bunch of preparation beforehand, but I didn't do this. And the section symbol anyways looks like this. Or there's actually a different, or actually sorry, no, there are two different ways to create the symbol, but they actually look exactly the same. And these are using the Alt key and the number lock. Now you can copy the symbol from somewhere else, and there's a special way I believe to do it on Mac as well. But in order to do it, you're going to do hold Alt, make sure number lock is on. If you have a number pad, you type 2 and then 1. And then I'll go ahead and create that. Or you do 0, 1, 6, 7, and it'll create it. Fairly cool. But there is a bit of an issue, of course, which is if you were on a device where you either don't have another pad or can't really easily create the symbol, you're just going to want to copy and paste it. I will have probably one in the description of this video just in case. And anyways, so yeah, you use that symbol to go ahead and create stuff like this. Now, there's actually a little bit of a formatting guide that we'll go ahead and use when we do this. But first, let's go ahead and switch over to this program here. This is called NBT Edit. I can't talk right now. NBT Explorer. NBT Edit's a different one. And NBT Explorer is a program that allows you to go ahead and we'll explore NBT data. Now, I should also mention, before I continue on, sorry that that everything seems so laggy. I'm only recording in 10 frames. I thought I was recording more, but my computer can't handle anything above that. So I apologize because I'm not recording with what I typically used to record, which only records one thing. Thank you for 735 subscribers as well. I'm a bit off my flow again. And let me go ahead and show you how we were to go ahead and edit this data. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to select our world first off. So under NBT Explorer, you're going to open up the thing called Saves by pressing plus. It might already be open, which is fine. Then you're going to select your world and press plus. And I'm just going to make it so it's less cluttered with those things. Okay. And you'll notice here we have our 1.12 command block tutorial. Now, if you have a dot, it'll turn into an underscore, just so you know. So that's just something to keep in mind. But anyways, what I'm going to do now is you'll notice we have a bunch of different data here. I'm not going to go over most of it, but say, for example, I wanted to edit the end city data. I could go ahead and edit the information, but this could possibly break things. So I'm not going to change it. But this is where you could go ahead and also edit, say, some loot table data. Or at least, no, you can't edit loot table data. You could see loot table data, though. I think I just opened up a folder, which I didn't mean to open up. Moving on, though, anyways, I'm going to go ahead here and find the folder, or find this section here. This is level.dat. I'm going to press plus. And there are 39 bits of data in here, so if I open this up again, you notice we have a bunch of different information that we could change. We could change the mention data, which is information about, say, the dragon fight. Where the exit portal is, so you could actually change where it spawns, which is pretty cool. Information about the end gateways, you know, if the dragon's been killed before, different game role information. So, for example, say I wanted to enable, you know, I can look up it from here, I could do that. Or if I wanted to go ahead and change the player's data, and this is just whatever the default player is. See, for example, I wanted to make it so I have a higher fly speed, which I don't think would actually change anything from here. I could go ahead and do that because I think it'll automatically reset if I change it from here. Anyways, I could change whether or not it allows commands. This is like, that's basically the allow cheats button right there. I I could change a bunch of different information. I could change whether or not it's in hardcore mode. But what we really want right here is this text right here, the level name text. And if we double click on this, let's go ahead and edit it. Unfortunately, this isn't popping up over where you all can see it, so I'm going to drag it back on over here. You notice it says 1.12 command block tutorial. Now, this is essentially currently the name of the world. If I go ahead and drag Minecraft over here, you could see it's just named 1.12 tutorial. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to use this section symbol in a little guide, which I'm putting on screen right here in the... Oops, that's actually below it. I should probably make it visible. Anyways, yeah, you could see there is a little color code guide, and if I make this, let's see, I'm going to put this here, and there is a little formatting guide. So I'm going to show you how to use this. By the way, these tables are from minecraft.gamepedia.com. I'll have a link, of course, to all the articles, whatever that you might need to reference in the description, as always. But anyways, what I'm going to go ahead and do is the way this works is you put whatever color or whatever you want before the text. So what I would want to do, for example, say I wanted to make the entire thing a bright green. So I'm going to do section symbol A. And I'm putting that right before everything, no extra space after it, because the section symbol only counts the character directly after it. And if I press OK now, and press this button up here, which is the save button, I'm going to go ahead and in just a second, I'm going to cut away back over to Minecraft. I'm just trying to make it so I could see anything. And here we go. You'll notice nothing has changed yet. But if I go ahead and reopen it by pressing cancel on single player again, you're going to notice it's all green. Because we went ahead and updated it. And I'm going to go ahead and show all this stuff again. Say, for example, I wanted to go ahead and, again, that's over there. I don't know, there's a bunch of different stuff we could do here. Let's make each word a different color. So we'll make the first, did that show up? No, it didn't. Okay. I accidentally opened the Windows menu, but that doesn't show up for you. And this could also be moved over, but I can't do that right now. Okay. So you wanted the first word to be 1.12 in green, the second word to be dark green, command, the third word to be dark purple, block, and then, and I'm doing ands here instead of section symbols. That's a mistake. Ands are used typically in certain things like Bucket and Spigot servers in place of the section symbol, since you can't typically type it in chat or command blocks. And then I'm going to do another section symbol and, I don't know, let's say 9 for blue. Okay, I'm going to press OK now. I'm going to go ahead here and switch on back over to the game. Go to single player again. And I forgot to press save. And let me press save and reopen this. And here we go. Now you notice 1.12 tutorial. That actually looks pretty cool. So now, again, we're going to head back over to here. And I'm going to go ahead and change something else. Let's go ahead here. And I'm going to go ahead and hide the color thing for now. But you see we have another little table here that's going to be fairly useful. And this is what I'm calling the format table. And again, this is all from Minecraft Gamepedia. And what this goes ahead and does, it allows us to use a bunch of other information about this. So say, for example, I wanted the entire world name to be bolded. So I'm going to do and L, or not and L, sorry, section symbol L. I'll go ahead and underline everything. Another thing is, you may have noticed earlier in game I had that kind of constantly changing symbol in front of and behind the name. It actually looks a lot cooler than it looks for you because, again, it's only recording at 10 frames per second. But if I go ahead here and do section symbol K, that'll go ahead and allow me to add a blank symbol. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to do section symbol R, and K does the obfuscate thing, and you'll see what that looks like in a second. And then R will go ahead and reset. And then I'm going to go again at the end here, and R, or not and R, section symbol R, section symbol K, and then another just random symbol. So what we go ahead and done here, we're saying here, this next symbol is this next thing is obfuscated, which is this little thing here. Then we have this thing, we're saying we're going to reset everything so the rest of it isn't obfuscated. Then we're setting the color to green. I actually might have messed this up. Let's see. I don't know what that's. Oh, and then I'm right. That's the bold actually. Never mind. And then we're going through, changing the color bunch, resetting again, then changing it to obfuscate again, then doing that. So now if I go over here, and I press save this time, I'm going to go back over to my game, and there we go. And when I reopen this, you'll notice we do have a little symbol before it. Now, depending on what symbol you have before it, it'll also change what this thing looks like here. Now, what you also notice is the bold thing is actually a little bit different, because the way that the bold thing works here, and I'm going to show this, is that, and I can't see anything. Okay, there we go. Is that only bolds the word that it's selecting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all the rest of this bold. So I'm going to add, oops, not and a and L before everything else. Oops, not and, it's section L. You can tell when I'm tired, because I do super basic mistakes. I'm going to say, okay, press the save button. And we're going to switch back over to the game in just a second here. There we go. I'm going to press cancel again and reopen it. And you'll notice that did absolutely nothing. I messed it up because that's what I do. I'm going to take another quick look here and make sure that it's saved. It could just be that it didn't save properly. And you know, actually I think I know exactly what I did. 1 second. And if this is it, I'll tell you exactly what the issue was, because I think I know exactly what it was. Okay, if I reopen it now, there we go. So the issue was, I went ahead and I'm going to switch back over here. The previous text I had, and sorry by the microphone quality. Next episode, I should have a new microphone holder thing arriving, so it should make the audio quality a bit better. This thing right here, the whatever section L, was actually before the 2, and so it has to be right before the word if you're modifying the word specifically. Anyways, yeah, so now that's fixed. I'll go ahead and resave it, head back over to the game, and if I double click on this, I did not mean to double click on it, but that actually is a good segue into the next part of this, because I want to show you books and quills and how I can go ahead and create stuff using that. So I may end up having a cut here in just a second, we'll see. But what I'm going to go ahead and do here is get myself a book and quill. I don't know the MID, it's rateable book, okay. What you go ahead and do is you can actually put the section symbol into these books, if I remember correctly, which I actually could probably also be messing this up. Okay, so actually what it looks like, which is kind of weird, and I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste some sample text into here, is that in order to actually put this this colored code into the Minecraft, or into a book, you need to go ahead and copy and paste the text. So you'd have to do, for example, if I were to, okay, I'm going to reopen Notepad to show you an example of how this would work. So I'm going to go ahead here and again switch on over the display. If I were to go ahead and say I want to do, that's the wrong symbol. There we go. If I were to go ahead and want to do green text, I need to copy it like that, and then head into game, and then if I were to go to new page here, paste it like that. You cannot paste in the section symbol on its own. It just won't work. And then of course, in order to reset this, I'm going to go back over to Notepad, type in reset, and paste that into here, and now I notice anything after, it's fine. So it's kind of interesting that works that way. But yeah, it's pretty cool that you could go ahead and create colored text in books. You just have to know a little bit about the way they work. And I think that's about it for this video. Actually, no, we have a little bit more. So if you stuck around here, first off, comment hedgehog in the comments. I don't know, the first word that came to mind. But there are a couple of other ways to use these color codes that you may not know about. So first off, if you are if you're on a server and you want to go ahead and create very fancy little things like this, you could go ahead and say, for example, I want you to do this text that said phenomena server. Well, first off, I added, some spaces before it to center it. Then I would need to go ahead here and reset it. And then I went ahead and added a bunch of random characters. Then I went ahead and, made it pink, typed in phenomena, made it green, typed in server, and did all the stuff at the end again. Except for, in order to actually do things like reset, you actually have to go ahead and do a bit of a different code. So say, for example, I was typing in the actual thing. If I wanted to make it black, you'd have to do \U00 A70 and then your text. Now this would basically act exactly the same as if you were to have done section 0 and then the text. Or to do, and let's say for example I wanted to do reset text, it's \U00 A7R. So again, I will have a link to the article with all this information in the comment section down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you as always to Betano and channel and Patreon supporting me. I'm talking way too fast, and thanks for watching. Bye!